Hi, I'm Bartlett Piland, President and CEO of Banktastic. We help financial brands build love and loyalty. I'd like to talk about crisis communications, crisis PR. And there's certainly a lot of conversation about that in the media right now. So of course, as professionals, we always need to be ready for that next crisis that might arise and how we're going to respond to it. But to be even more effective, I think we should dig a well before we're thirsty, which means we have built relationships and we understand the media landscape before that crisis ever happens. When we're prepared and have good relationships with the media, it helps us do more than just respond to negative things, but it also helps us put our best foot forward when there's something good that we want to share, and helps us be more effective all around. So today I want to talk about 3 elements of being well prepared and having good media relationships. The first step is just understanding who your media audiences are. You probably have a variety of them. There are probably local media people in each of the markets where you have a branch. And those could be TV news people, newspapers, business magazines, some different people like that. So make sure you understand who they are. Then you probably also should be thinking about industry media. Who are those reporters or those writers who cover things that are happening in our financial landscape? And finally, the other audience that you should think about are those podcasters or those bloggers who are also regularly covering things that affect your financial brand. When you're thinking about those people, you also should think about who's the news director at that media outlet, as well as some of the individual reporters. So you've got multiple audiences in multiple markets, and yet you need to think about and know about who they are. Step 2 is have a good understanding of what they cover. Everybody has different issues that they like, or maybe a different angle that they like to cover that gives a nuance to their financial reporting. So they could be reporting a lot about AI, or about crypto, or about innovation. So having a good understanding of what those different angles are that news directors or reporters like to cover will help you have a better understanding of what they're interested in. The other thing that's really important to know is, what do their readers or their listeners do? What do they respond to well, or like, or engage with those news outlets when stories are covered? So if you can think about what those reporters are trying to cover and what is of interest to their audiences, then you have much better understanding of where you can build some relationships and build value. Once you have a list of your media and what they cover and what their readers or listeners are very interested in, but I think it's really important to make a spreadsheet. Have a good document that you can share with others in your organization of who these people are, how you reach them, where they are on social media, what they're reporting on, and what their listeners or viewers care about. Now you've begun to build out a good list of those media people with whom you need to build some relationships. Now that you have your spreadsheet put together of the media people that you want to get to know, it's time to reach out and build those relationships. So the first step is really to reach out to them. Introduce yourself in your institution. Let them know that you're interested in learning more about how you can be helpful to them, and ask them some questions about what they need. Once you've done that, then you want to follow through. So it's really good to send them tips. For instance, if they're a business reporter and you notice something happening in the marketplace, you can send them that tip, whether it has anything to do with your institution or not. If it's something that might be helpful to them and you know it's a fit with what they report on, it's good to reach out and say that you noticed this thing and it might be valuable to them. You might get double benefit if it's something that's happening with one of your clients or customers and their business is growing or something that's happening. Then you might be able to put something together that's win-win. But the idea is to give them things that help them that aren't necessarily something that directly benefits you. You can also help them find sources. If you know that they're working on a story because you've had conversations with them, your bankers or you know a lot of people in the communities, help them find some more sources that they can interview or some experts that help them add depth to their story. And the last thing I like to do is occasionally send them a little attaboy or attagirl. If you notice that a reporter has won an award, or you find that they've particularly created a wonderful story that's of interest in the marketplace, then dropping them a little note and saying, I noticed you, I thought that was a really good piece and here's why. When you can begin to create this beneficial relationship by offering tips, helping make connections, and encouraging those reporters and those writers, then when there is a crisis, you will have begun to build value and credibility, and you're going to have more opportunity to put your best foot forward. So that's it. Learn who those reporters or those influencers are. Build your database and know what they're interested in, what they care about, and importantly, what their readers or listeners are interested in and care about. And then build those relationships by offering help and being a good professional so that you've got some good rapport and some good conversation. When something happens, if it happens that's not good, you are already 2 steps forward. That's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And if you have some comments about this content, or you have some thoughts about some other things that you'd like to see, please let us know in the comments. We'll look forward to hearing from you.